and I'm popping myself up onto the screen. Hello. Oh, look who's here. The Bunky girl. Hi, Bunky. How are ya? Look at Bunky. Oh, let me put this down. Look at, I'm wearing the Vineyard Chicks t-shirt. Just for you, Bunky. And your sisters, of course. So I hope everybody is having a good evening. I can see people popping in. Angie says, good evening, everybody. Pafford Homestead, evening, Sandy. So hi, Brandy and Charlie. Shawnee from Vancouver, hello. Janie says hello, and she says that she will see us in 25 minutes because she posted that earlier. And then there's Bunky. Oh, and Southern Roots is here too. And Kathleen is here. Awesome. Oh, dear royal cuteness. Janie, you're so fun. So it's going to be a fun evening, a fun topic tonight. And that always makes it interesting because I love what happens on the chat when we start talking about stuff. King Nurse OR. I finally made it to a chat. Hi, everyone. Hello. How are you today? And Nisi is here too. Hello. Oh, Rebecca is just popping in, saying hi to everybody. So, Bunky, thanks so much for that. It always helps us with our analytics when you put the thumbs up. It helps us when you comment in the chat. There's all these different things that the computer is watching, and so that's interesting. Paul says, hi, Sandy. I'm listening to your live stream while I work. Well, thanks so much, Paul. And Paul, the tomato plants that you had are fabulous. And I am going to try that with the green onions. Now, you know that I have a video, and this is how I've always done it. I buy green onions from the store, and I plant them. And instead of being those little tiny things, they get great big huge, like they were leeks. Well, Paul, at Paul's Green Space, over in Melbourne, way over in Australia, he cuts that green part off and then just plants the root and the little tiny bit of the green onion. So I am going to try that when I get back to Wyoming. And that way I can just chop up all that other part, use it, or put it in the freezer and use it for later. And Leanne is here. Hello. And Dale, how are you? I just watched one of your videos today. Brian is here. Hi, Brian. How are you? And everybody is saying hi. Oh, Teresa's in here too. Teresa, hello. How are you today? Isn't she just the cutest thing? Look at that little icon on there with her hat on. So cute. And people are saying hi. And oh, Heather Lynn is in tonight too. Fabulous. Oh, so Teresa wants to know, how did I do this weekend? Now, if you didn't know, you know, because I talked about it more on my Fused Glass Artwork channel than I did on this channel. I was in an art show this weekend. Friday, all day on Friday, all day on Saturday. I have to tell you, it was fabulous. Totally fabulous. I think it was my highest sales I have ever had, and that type of art show. You know, there were all these different studios, and each studio had anywhere from 3 to 6 artists there. And so they did all kinds of advertising, and people just went from one studio to the other studio. I think there were 13 studios. And so there was like 35, 40 artists. And you had your table. Well, I just had one table. Some people had little gazebos and all kinds of tables, but I just had one. And so it was fabulous. So thank you for asking about that, Teresa. I appreciate it. And it was a fabulous weekend. I felt very truly blessed. And so that was so much. So it was just so nice. And everybody's saying hi to everybody. AZ Highland Homestead. How are you? They just found a great deal on onion plants at Home Depot. They have a video up about it. And so if you have a Home Depot and you live in the South where you can start to plant your onions right now, it is an excellent price. And Tim is in. Hi, Tim. How are you? I got approved for monetization today on my channel, Liam. That is fabulous. You deserve it, girl. She has been just doing great videos constantly, one after another. And I'm just so happy and proud of you. That is just fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. Thank you so much, Tim. And everybody saying hi to everybody. Oh, I missed something. Congratulations to Heather. I missed that. Oh, I'm going up, 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 up. I don't want to miss something important. I can't find it. Heather, type it again so that I can see it too. No, I did a video this morning on, I'm scrolling all the way down. Oh, see, people are saying congratulations and I missed it. I did a video on tomatoes this morning, right? And I was harvesting tomatoes. I have so many tomatoes, and look at this big honking tomato. Now, it wasn't quite ready to get picked, but, you know, I have that bird netting over top of my tomatoes, and they have figured out how to sit on certain branches and still poke their beaks through there. And they had 2 tomatoes that had great big holes in them today. So I wasn't going to let them get this one. And so it's still pretty light, but in the next few days, it will turn completely red. And I think I'm actually going to slice it like this instead of across. And I think I can get more slices. It weighs. Anne, you would like this tomato because Anne has a video with a huge tomato. I bet you it weighs, I don't know, a pound or 2. It is awesome. So any of you guys, if you would like seeds from that, send me an email. And if I don't already have your address, put your physical address in there. So when it turns red, I'll harvest the seeds out of it. And Joe and I can still have a fabulous tomato sandwiches or put some in salads. It's huge, totally huge. So I got to make sure that I haven't missed anybody. Teresa must be leaving. Teresa, thanks so much for stopping in. But it is a beauty. I love those big tomatoes. So I harvested all kinds of tomatoes. And, well, Joe and I can't eat that many tomatoes. My dad's tomatoes are turning red. So I just filled my basket on my bicycle and I rode around and I dropped off to about 9 different houses. And it was totally fun. Well, look who's here. Karen is here. Karen says, good evening, Sandy. Hi, everybody. Do you ever make fried green tomatoes? I have made fried green tomatoes. In fact, there's so many green tomatoes on there. I was thinking about making a green tomato pie. Tastes like an apple pie. So I could make some fried green tomatoes too because they're so delicious. Good idea. I'll have to do a video about that. Awesome. Anne says she loves that tomato. And Anne had this big tomato last year or last summer. It was humongous. And so I'm glad she likes my tomato. That's right. Angie says, I would like some seeds. I have Angie's address. Of course, she's my oldest daughter. Of course, I have her address. Oh, little Frenchie in Big Texas. Hi, Anne. How are you? Anne, I just switched you to my featured channel on my channel. And so it has, you know, my intro, and then it has you, and then it has, or maybe it has the newest videos, then it has you, one of the two. But so you'll be up there for a week or 2. So I hope it draws some people to your channel. And, you know, and Donna's in here because Bunky's saying hi to her, so I know she is. Donna, how are you? Awesome. So look at here. Greg's Kitchen Collaboration is having one on casseroles. I'll have to watch you guys with that. Fabulous. You betcha. And I just thought I would, and Dale had been it before, and I was going to pop somebody else, and I thought, I'm going to put Ann in there. So, oh, and Karen is in that collaboration, so we will have to watch for your casseroles. Fabulous. This is my front porch back home in Wyoming in the summertime. And I was missing Wyoming today. So, different lives I'd put it up, and I just love my hanging baskets. And so I'm totally excited about that. Now, what is our topic for tonight? Our topic for tonight is the grass is greener when you water it. Because there's a saying that the grass is always greener, and people are always looking for what somebody else has. And it works very much in your gardens, your flower beds, but it really has a lot more to do with life. And so I thought it would be interesting conversation. Now, sometimes when we're younger, we can be very much, I don't know if it's envy, but you want the things that other people have, but you haven't gone through that part of, life to make it so that you can have those things other people have. But a lot of times in our lives, if it's relationships, it's stuff, it's gardens, if we water, if we put into our lives, our situations, it really, that's what makes the grass greener in our lives. And Leanne says, it's human nature to want nice things. I think it is. We want nice things. I hear young people sometimes, and they want the new car, the new big house. And they forget that it took us a long time before we got those new cars or that bigger house. And so what do you have to do in your life so that you can get that? Sounds like YouTube Gardens, I see. Oh, look at here. And the regular Vineyard Chicks is in. They're saying hi. Trey and KK. Hey, look at here. Look at Vineyard Chicks. I'm wearing your t-shirt tonight. That's right. The Vineyard Chicks. My superheroes. And Bunky, I already saw in here and talked to her. And so, when you look back on your life, have there been times that, sometimes we have this idea that we see a family or a couple and we think they have it all? Because especially with social media, we tend to show our best face. We tend to show especially I see on Facebook, you see, and you think that all these people do is they travel, they go out to dinner, they do all this stuff. It's kind of deceptive, is what I think it kind of is, because to get those greener things in our lives, we have to water those things. And that may be saving money so that you can buy that bigger house, that new car, to go on that vacation. Don't fall into the trap of, oh, I have a credit card, we can go on vacation. Karen's saying it's definitely human nature to want things. But now that I'm much older, I think having my health is the most important thing. It's something you can't buy no matter how wealthy you are. Now, see, this is true statements. And Tim Scott, I am content with my 2002 Harley Goldwing. Woohoo! That is fabulous. See, really, the whole secret of it is if you can find contentment, then when those other things come in our lives, it's a bonus. It's not something that we had that green-eyed monster on. So you have a relationship. Maybe that relationship isn't what you thought it would be. How can you water into that relationship to make that grass greener? See how you can switch that? It doesn't have to be with just your gardens, your lawn, your flower beds. It actually is part of our whole being. That if we want that better life, that greener life, we have to water. We have to put into our lives. And we have Fallen Arkansas veterans. Hello, how are you? And Jeannie's in here. How are ya? And so everybody's saying hello, hello. Angie says, yes, be smart with your money. Be able to pay your bills so you don't have to call you. I don't have to call you. Angie's my daughter. Angie is very good with her money. And so she can definitely save money. I mean, she is good at saving money. Anne says, yes, a bonus. It's nice, but being content is absolutely essential. It is. It doesn't matter if you have lots of stuff or if you have little stuff, because your life will change and you will have both things in your life. And it might not just be money. Sometimes you are very abundant with friends and family, and other times it's very close knit. You don't have that many people that are close to you. But you just have to be content in everything in your life. And when you are, you don't ever go, oh, they just have the perfect life, the perfect yard, the perfect garden. Shani says, what we focus on grows. And that's exactly right. If you water into your life, it grows. Your life becomes abundant. And you don't have to have a lot of money to have an abundant life. And I think so many times with our society, it's so easy to think, oh, if I made this much money a year, I'd be happy. And then you make that much money and you say, oh, if I made this much money, all my worries would go away. It's just not true, because you have to be content. I'm wanting to feel belong somewhere. I feel loved on YouTube. Well, we love you, Leanne. We do. She is fabulous. If you have not gone to her channel, she will make you feel like you can sit right down into her kitchen and talk to her, and that she would be your friend your entire life. That's how she makes me feel. And that is a gift. And it is an amazing gift. Brian says, well said, Sandy. Well, a lot of times it takes a lot of years in our lives to figure those kind of things out. It does. It's part of growing up. It's part of experiencing life. Would it be better if all of us knew everything at 18 years old? I don't think so. The heartaches, the tears, the joy, those are all the things that make you you. And that's important. Tim says, I have invested in some things that have tripled in value in the last few years, and I can enjoy them, and they are going up in value. See, this is interesting, because we have to see what things we value. Now, some things can triple in value because they're monetary things. Some things triple in value because of our experiences, the people around us. Our circle grows. My one friend, Louise, always says her tribe. And she says she's always looking for people to add to her tribe. And it's an interesting philosophy that she has. Shani says that she's traveled to some very poor countries, and the people seem to be so much happier than here. And I think that's because they have become content. You know, that you don't have all these things bombarding you. Every place you go, everything you turn on, it's like, you want this. They're trying to sell you this. They're trying to make you think that unless I have that, I'm not going to be happy. They're just lies. That's all they are, you know? It sells a good thing. And Leanne says that I'm not the first person to say that. That's because she's just got that thing about her that you could sit down in her kitchen and just talk to her. And I love that about her. Janie says, plant a flower and you can grow a pearl. Because, you know, in a lot of ways, that's true. Because things are more than what they seem, you know? And Anne says, that's because we do love you. That's true. And that makes me happy that she feels like she is surrounded by friends on YouTube, because I have met so many fabulous people because of that. Oop. A rich person is not one who has the most, it is the one who needs the least. Oh, good words. And hello and welcome. M. Torn. This is the first time you've been on one of my live streams. If it is, words of wisdom. We like it. Arkansas veterans. Sorry, I was stuffing my face. Done now. I can understand that. Eating while I'm doing stuff. Usually when I'm editing videos, I'll have my lunch in here and I'll be doing more than one thing at one time. Daryl, how are ya? Can we just say, thanks, Miss Sandy. You are really inspiration to the three of us. You know, I love the Vineyard Chicks. If you don't know them too, three young girls, sometimes singing their hearts out, sometimes making stuff in the kitchen, doing stuff in the garden. Total inspiration. I think they can show a lot of young girls their age what's possible. And I appreciate that, the work that they do with all their different videos, because they not only have the Vineyard Chicks, but all three girls have their own other channels too. And it is fabulous. Yes, thank you. So true. I think it's amazing that the more content we are, the less stuff that we have to have. You know, like I love surrounding myself with books. That makes me happy. Could I live without books? I could. I just don't want to. But I am content with the books I have. And it just seems that people know I love books and they send me books. Or I'll be someplace and they'll go, oh, here, have these books. You know, it is just amazing that the world is a fabulous place if you look at it in the right way. And I know we have all these crazy things here and crazy things here, and the news is bombarding us. But I want to be content. You know, no matter what happens, no matter what comes our way, we need to be content. Most rich people don't give more their retirement accounts than middle class people do. That could be true. You know, I don't know about that. That could be true though. I think you need a goal, but you have to live in the here and now. I think that's true, Aunt. Yeah, that like I'm a list person. I love my lists. And so I love the idea of getting these things done. But you have to be able to go, okay, I didn't get those done. I didn't get all that stuff done. And I'm still okay. I don't need to stress about it. I don't need to, you know, But I like having little goals, and I like having big goals. But I love right now too. And I think that those are keys, you know? Oh, look at here. Just sub to the Vineyard Chicks. Yeah, that's right. Johnny says, I like my e-reader. Um, you know, lots of my girls have told me that I should have a Kindle. But I love those pieces of paper. I love to dog ear my books. I love to write in my books. So, I don't know. I have a hard time getting rid of my books because I love them. Tim says, I truly love my YouTube friends, more like family than some of my own family. I value each one more than you know. I chose family, not drama. That's good. And I understand that sometimes families can be drama. They can be. Leanne says, I try to be positive no matter what is falling down around me on the farm, especially last week, but God answered prayers. That is fabulous. And it's fabulous that you're telling us too. So today, when you're looking at your life and you're looking at the different parts of your life, because some parts, it's a lot of times this part of our life is just fabulous. Okay, so then you have this part of your life. How can you water into that part of your life or into those people in your life to make it better? Because I remember a story once, and the woman was married to a man, and he was mean and he was awful. And every day before he left for work, he gave her a list of things to do. Didn't ask her. She better have them done before he gets home, right? And life goes on, and eventually he passes away. She marries again. Now, this time, the husband is loving and kind and sweet. And she found herself, without realizing, doing all those things that were just hard to get done because of somebody forcing you to do it. And I learned a lot from that story, that a lot of it is our perspective on what we do and how we do it. And if we have that right mindset, those chores were nothing. When she was feeling very hurt, those were hard things to do. Now she was remarried to a loving man, and those things were so easy. And I thought, some of that is just perspective. And that helped me a lot, that story. I wish I had started a journal mainly for my kids and grandkids to see how I lived my life. Start today, you know? You can always add all those little things, And I think the more you write, the more those things come to mind and things you want to share with them. You'll have to tell us the progress of that. That'll be interesting. And Tim forgot to say hi to Anne. Janie says that she loves her books also. The way they smell, the way they feel. I always buy the hard bone ones if I have a choice. I love books. I do. And I have been busy, and I have not, usually I have about 5 books, and I'm reading all of them at the same time. And I'll have them in different places in the house. And so if I have 5 minutes here, and I used to always have one in my bag. So I'm standing in the grocery line. Instead of opening my phone, I would read my book. And I have not been reading very much. I have 2 books that I'm reading right now instead of 5, and I need to fix that. If your grandpa has a book or a journal, we would love it. Oh, it's probably if our grandpa had a book or a journal, we would love it. So if you make one, I am sure your grands will love it. We love asking our grandpa about his life in Italy. See, isn't that fabulous? That the stories that the people around us have And it is a gift. So I hope you start that journal. I hope you do. It is interesting and fun. Now, before I forget, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Kathleen, she had won a fused glass heart. And she wrote, Sandy, just a note to say thank you for the beautiful fused glass heart. You're such a joy. Be blessed, Kathy. Don't you just love that? Look at my green screen, makes it disappear. I find a green screen so fun because look at that. It's disappearing stuff. I had a green t-shirt on earlier before we started. I had to go change it because a green screen and a green shirt, all you could see was my head and my hands. Everything else was invisible. So it was so fun. Oh my gosh. Hands in the dirt. Hello. How are you? Another great channel. Lots of good things about gardening. I think you should check him out too. Oh, good. Maybe I will start one. I think you should. It doesn't matter how big and how much information you get that your grandkids can later on read, and their kids and their kids. And I think it will just be fabulous for them. Awesome. Everybody is saying hi. That's right, Anne. So I showed you my card. I talked about the art show. And the main theme for tonight, the grass is greener when you water it. Not only your gardens, not only your flower beds, but everything. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. On Friday morning, what am I having on Friday morning? Oh, good times in the garden. That's my theme for Friday morning at 9:15, Friday morning Mountain Standard Time. And we are going to talk about herbs in your garden because a lot of people are about to start their gardens or they're starting from seeds right now. And so we're going to talk about herbs and different herbs and what they do and how you can use them. So that should be a fun. So if you can't be on the live stream Friday morning, it will be up and you can watch the replay. And we're going to talk about all kinds of herbs. Seriously. Joe hurt his back. It gets out of whack sometimes and he has to go to a chiropractor. Well, he hasn't had to do that down here, so he had to find a chiropractor. Now, I happen to have one of my tinctures down here, and it's made from what is commonly called a toothache plant. And a tincture is infusing that plant and the flower into alcohol, and it pulls out all these great things in the herbs. Well, we're going to talk about that on Friday and how it helped his back and the other things that type of tincture can help with. And so we are going to have fun with herbs. So it's good times in the garden, but thyme is spelled like thyme, the herb. And so I hope you guys check that out. Oh, you have back problems too. It is no fun. No. And Joe's had several surgeries, but his back, he did all those exercises, all that therapy that they wanted him to do. And he can golf, he can do his jujitsu, his karate, all that stuff. But he just twisted it somehow. And it was really hurting him. And so he went and his hips had got out of alignment. And so they did some adjusting and they're going to adjust again on Thursday and he'll be good to go. Angie says, I started toothache in my bathroom greenhouse. Now, Angie is taking one of their bathrooms in their house and turned it into a greenhouse. So think of this. How much humidity when you're taking a shower, when you come out, the mirrors are humid. Now think about that with plants. Fabulous idea. And so she's growing a toothache plant in her bathroom greenhouse. So it's interesting. So Okay, so I'm going to let you go because I like my lives 30 minutes. And we are at 34 minutes, 35 minutes. And I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a great note before we go. Tomorrow, I have a very special announcement, but I cannot say anything until tomorrow. So I will have a video about it tomorrow and a post on the community tab. And I hope you check that out because I am so excited about it. I'm totally excited about it. And I wish I could tell you guys, but I can't. Not till tomorrow. Grow some tomatoes this year. Grow extra and give them to your neighbors. It is so fun. I drop them off. I'd knock on their door and say, I'll buy you some tomatoes. They were so excited. Every single person. So excited. But everybody, you have a good night. And I am going to go see Joe for a little bit. And busy day again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.